My name's Ken Tindell. I'm the CTO of Canis Labs, and we are building hardware IP for security for CAN bus mostly for vehicles and other systems. Um, so we use a lot of hardware IP to detect attacks, prevent attacks, and do extra things inside the CAN protocol. Well, I can say from a small company like us, the first sell is actually to take that step. Into using formal verification at all. And at that point, for a small startup, there's no way on earth you want to go to Cadence and all the other type guys and then just start opening up a commitment to hundreds of grand for seats. It's just crazy. So the first step, and the great thing about Symbiosis is the first step is free, and you can try it all out, and then gain some confidence, prove its worth, and it will prove its worth once you get the confidence. I mean, there's a steep learning curve, but once you run through up that, then the argument of pay for something better is pretty easy to make. The tests are very constrained in what they're trying to do. They're trying really to check things hang together, and the formal verification is doing all the low-level heavy lifting for testing. So all of that stuff that you used to write in test benches about, well, what happens if this happens at the same time as that, and that happens at the same time as this, on the exact clock edge, that's all gone away, and you can focus on the test benches, what they're designed to do, which is to check it's working in the real world, if you like, and then the formal is checking all of the horrible race conditions and stuff, so that you're checking that your specs are correct, effectively. And I don't see a better way of doing it than that. Is that you can't eliminate test benches, but they're time consuming to write, and formal is a much quicker way of doing it. So I'm completely sold on formal. Okay, so I had some really early successes, some really great wins early on, and then it get too cocky. So the first one I tried was on a error correction block, with forward error correction with Hamming codes and stuff. And you just these formal assertions are just fantastic. You just say assert that if there's only one bit difference, then input and output are always the same when connecting the two blocks back to back, which is almost perfect example of how you'd like to use formal. And to do a test for that would be just horrific. But formal, it's like, yeah, I proved that. It's fine. It always works. And it's like, yay, now I can just leap in and retrofit formal to my huge great CAN engine and other bits and pieces. It's like, oh my God, the whole thing grinds to a halt. And then that's when you start to realize is, look, you have to change the way you've designed the blocks and the way they hook together. Is you can't just throw the computing cycles at it and expect it to work. For small little self-contained things, it's fine. But when you're starting to assemble modules in the large, that's where you come charging in based on this lovely new thing you've learned, and then come off, all the wheels come off. And that took quite a while. I think that's a general thing that other people share is it's very hard to retrofit it to a big project if you haven't designed your modules with formal verification in mind.